Hello, my name is Dr. Tim Benke. I am a pediatric neurologist at Children's Hospital Colorado and the University of Colorado School of Medicine. I am medical director of the Rett Clinic at Children's Hospital Colorado. I'd like to summarize for you the nature of Rett syndrome. Rett syndrome, in its typical form, primarily affects girls. It's rare. It happens at about 1 in 10,000 births. Girls typically develop normally for the first 12 to 18 months of life, and then they start to lose skills. Specifically, they lose skills with using their hands, they lose the ability to speak, and they often develop very characteristic hand movements that we call stereotypies. They usually have difficulty with walking, and they have trouble sitting sometimes as well. Now, when Rett syndrome was first described, it had a very specific description to it, but it was recognized that there were some things that looked a little different than Rett syndrome. And subsequent with the genetic revolution, where we've been able to diagnose these diseases from a genetic basis, we now know that there's something called CDKL5 deficiency disorder, which has some features that are similar to typical Rett syndrome, but it's its own syndrome as well, and FOXG1 syndrome. MECP2 is the gene associated with Rett syndrome. And there are different abnormalities in MECP2. Girls with typical Rett syndrome can have a variety of different abnormalities that all cause a very similar disease. Boys, however, with alterations in MECP2 have something that's very unique to them. There's also something called MECP2 duplication disorder, where you can have too much, that is an extra copy of MECP2, and it looks very different from typical Rett syndrome. We take care of all of these in the Rett Clinic at Children's Hospital Colorado.
My name is Dana Camp, and this is Isabel Camp. And Isabel has Rett syndrome. She is so sweet and loving and silly, and she loves being around her siblings. She loves watching other kids play. She's probably the most social little girl you've ever met.
Hi, my name is TANIA Moore, and this is my daughter, Tatum. And we are going to tell you all about Tatum. But instead of me telling you about her, I'm going to let her tell you about herself. Okay? So, Tatum, you want to tell them about yourself? Ready? Ready?
My name is Tatum Moore, and I'm 14 years old. My favorite things to do are listening to music, being read to, and playing games with my family. What I like about school is meeting new friends, having very nice teachers, and enjoying my amazing paraprofessionals. Other important things about me is that I have 2 cats named Twilight and Twinkle Toes. I absolutely love Camp Pata, and I really love adaptive swim at the Ridge Rec Center.
Tatum is a very happy individual, and she loves being around people.
The Rett Clinic is amazing because you can see all of the different specialists that can help you, not only just at the clinic, but you're able to reach out to them, in between visits. It also brings families together and taps you into resources that you didn't even know were there. The biggest challenges for Isabel are probably communication and the ability to use her hands effectively.
Rett syndrome makes my brain and body work differently than yours does. I cannot use my hands and body like you can. I will depend on my mom and dad for a long time. Even though I cannot talk, I can understand you, so please talk to me like I am a person and not a disability. I love being around people. Rett makes me unique but not scary.
A cure for Rett syndrome would mean the world to us. We would be able to unlock all of the potential that this bright little girl has.
Cure for Rett syndrome would mean the world to me. I would love to not have Tatum have to wring her hands constantly all the time. I would love for Tatum to be able to walk more independently and have more freedom. And I would love for her to be able to do things more independently and learn how to feed herself.
My hope and dream for Isabel would be that she could live a full life where she could be independent and have no seizures and be able to talk to us and tell us exactly how she's feeling and what she's thinking.